Major changes are coming to the way millions of Texans play the lottery in our state. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Jennifer Sanders.
I'm Daniel Marin. Today, the Texas Lottery Commission announced that it will ban lottery courier services, which allow people to order tickets online or through an app. This decision comes after pressure from state lawmakers who have concerns about potential money laundering and underage players buying tickets.
And this issue receiving the governor's attention as well. He announced the Texas Rangers will now investigate recent jackpot wins. As KXAN Sarah Alshay explains now, lawmakers want to try and understand what was the commission's holdup.
I would love to have an answer to my question.
Hours of heated discussion about recent developments with the Texas Lottery.
I hear your words, but nothing explains what changed.
At the State Affairs Committee hearing on Monday, repeated questions about why the Texas Lottery Commission did not ban courier services sooner. The services allowed people to order tickets online or through an app.
You have consistently said you don't have the authority to do anything about the couriers. You did it under oath last Wednesday at the Finance Committee hearing. What changed?
The commission says part of that decision came because of an $83 million Lotto Texas jackpot win through the app Jackpocket. It owns and operates this Austin-based retail store, Winner's Corner. Despite being located in an area with little foot traffic, they generated the most lottery ticket sales in 2023. IGT, the lottery operator in Texas, told senators the store had 47 machines, the most delivered to any one location. A typical convenience store only has one.
It wasn't 47 at once. They grew their business and the growing sales required the terminals. The lottery licenses these retailers and indicates to us that it is appropriate and in fact directs us to install terminals, provide the necessary supplies and equipment for these retailers to sell.
The Texas Rangers opened an investigation. Governor Greg Abbott announced the agency will also look into a $95 million jackpot win from April 2023, where a single entity bought almost every single combination of tickets.
This is probably the greatest fraud perpetrated on the state of Texas by any group ever.
The commission dropping a bombshell in the hearing that there was a second attempt to do this.
That group or someone substantially affiliated with that group was planning and preparing to buy a substantial number of tickets in December 2024. As soon as I found out about that, I instructed IGT to initiate an emergency code release, and I also went and briefed many of the members of Sunset and of State Affairs. I was in the Capitol for a significant amount of time on that day in December.
Now, as there's momentum to change and prevent these situations again, lawmakers ask how the commission plans to restore public confidence in the Texas Lottery.
I think it's going to be a long road. We have to make sure that we show the public that we're taking these actions to restore that public trust.
Sarah Alshay, KXAN News.
And it's worth noting, Senator Bob Hall introduced a bill to criminalize playing the lottery online. Now, as an initial step with the Lottery Commission's new policy, no retailer will be allowed to have more than 5 machines. The commission says every terminal is registered on a system they can access, and that's part of how they exercise oversight.
Going in depth, all of this more or less started with the Sunset Advisory Commission's report over the summer, outlining some issues with the Texas Lottery Commission. Among the findings KXAN highlighted at the time include the state's Lottery Commission is insufficiently involved in its role, but it also found specific issues with overseeing charitable bingo operations, calling for significant improvements with auditing and inspecting licenses. But probably the biggest point from the Sunset Commission, despite all the issues, the state does need the Lottery Commission. They cited the record sales for the need for a regulatory arm and the problems that would happen trying to shift that burden onto other state agencies.